All right, let's talk about the big business mistakes. You guys want to know about the biggest mistakes that people make in business? Yes or yes? Yes. Oh, yeah. All right, so let's talk about number one, not planning properly. Failure to plan is planning to fail. Yes? You must be planning on a regular basis. Great book out there. I recommend it all the time. It's called Rockefeller Habits. And it talks about the top 5 things that you should be doing each year. Well, it doesn't talk about the things you should be doing. It talks about how to create the 5 things that you want to get accomplished for that year. Then it breaks it down to the top 5 things that you need to get accomplished each quarter to get that 5-year goal done. And then the top 5 things each month to get the quarterly goals done. The top 5 things each week to get the monthly goals done. The top 5 things each day to get your weekly goals done. Ooh, that's a lot of planning, isn't it? Do you think someone who actually goes through that planning process is going to get somewhere? Yeah. Oh yeah. Planning should be a regular part of your business. Failure to innovate. Listen, your competition is changing on a regular basis. Okay? Your competition is either watching what you're doing and then trying to copy you, because nothing stays revolutionary and new all the time. There's always somebody that sees something good and they try to copy. Like for instance, I was the first person to start teaching people how to buy and sell apartments in the country about 7 or 8 years ago. There's nobody out there teaching it. All of a sudden, there's a bunch of people out there teaching it. You notice that? Yeah, and a lot of them are my students. That's one thing you don't know. Yeah, a lot of them come through this training and thought, hey, that sounds like a good business. I'll try that too. So it's innovate. So Ray Kroc started McDonald's, one of the most successful franchises chains in the country, in the world, really. And there was an interview back in the 1950s, and the interviewer of Business Week said, hey, Ray, aren't you really concerned? There's a company called Burger King and there's another one called Wendy's that seem to be catching up to you. They seem to be copying what you're doing. And he says, no, he says, I'm not that concerned. He says, because we can innovate faster than they can copy. And that's the way you want to be thinking of your business. The other way I want you thinking of innovating is, are you copying somebody else? If you're just simply copying, if your business model is to simply copy somebody else, then you've got a flawed model, because you're not going to be different in the marketplace, which is really, really important to be. So it's okay to copy somebody else and then make it different, right? Make it your own, as they say on American Idol. Make it your, and what's up with American Idol this year? It's just not the same. Yep, it's just not the same. All right, failure to differentiate. This is a big thing. I touched on it just a little bit, just a minute ago. You need to be different. How are you going to be different? How are you going to do things different? How do you service your brokers differently? How do you service your sellers differently? How do you service your most important people in your life, your tenants, differently? What value do you provide that's different? If you can't answer, how am I different, then your business model is flawed, because it needs to be different. And you need to continuously innovate to be different on a regular basis, because people are going to catch up and pass you.